Hello everybody, welcome back to another card for my Halloween card series. Today I'm using Neat and Tangled, You're a Treat. This is also a design team project for Not Too Shabby Shop where I was able to pick up this cute little stamp, and if you're interested I will leave all of the information below in the description box. And don't forget to use coupon code GEN10 to save 10%. So I'm just making myself a little stencil here out of some 110-pound Recollections cardstock. So you see there I just used a stencil die and I only put it in my die cut machine up to the top line of the masking tape, and that way it just cut out a half circle, and then I used my X-Acto knife to cut out the bottom straight edge. So now I'm just stamping out my images and I'm doing some masking here. So I cut the masks out of full sheet adhesive sticky notes and just stamping them and then placing the masks over top because I am going to use some Distress Oxides. Did smudge a little bit of the VersaFine ink onto my card panel, so I'm just using a white eraser, and here I'm just erasing the pencil line from the half circle here. So for today's background scene, I'm using Faded Jean closest to the images, then I'm using Dusty Concord, and then some black soot to make it look like a night sky. So I'm just holding the panel in place here. I didn't tape it down or anything. I'm sort of pouncing and blending at the same time. This is a really small area to blend three colors, but the nice thing about it is it's quick and easy to do. So I've been seeing a lot of cards floating around on Instagram using this kind of focal half circle image, and so I wanted to give it a try. And I do like the way it came out. It makes for a nice clean and simple one layer card. So I'm using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers today. I had them out. I was working on a card already that will come out soon for the Halloween series, so these were on my desk. So I'm using Bristol Smooth cardstock here. I will list all the colors that I use with the Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers down in the description box as well in case you're interested. So I'm starting to really kind of get the hang of zigs. I would still consider myself a beginner with them. What I learned from doing the past two cards that I've done recently is to do one layer of color, let it dry, and go back over with the darker color or the color that you want to accent your image with. And I find this is really helping me. So you can see here I laid down one coating of the purple and the black on the cat, and now I'm doing the same with the pumpkin and her dress. Then I will go back again either with the same shade or I'll use a darker marker to add in some of that highlighting. And as I said, I'm really liking the effect of that better. I find it's easier for me to blend than adding the two colors at once, but you can do it either way and it will work out fine. You just have to figure out which is the best for you. So now I'm starting to come in with that second layer, and you can see it just pops up the images right off the paper with that second coat, giving a lot of definition to the image. I decided to color my little spider purple so that you could see her hanging in the dark night sky. I'm using some Tim Holtz paintbrushes. These come in a pack of 5 or 6, I believe, and they're super affordable. If I can find them, I will link to them as well. They're only about, I think, $10. So because I don't do a lot of watercoloring, these are kind of my paintbrushes of choice, and I'm really liking them. So to add the blush to her cheeks and the pink to the ears on the kitty, I just put some of that color onto an acrylic block and picked it up with a wet paintbrush. Here I'm coming in with the darker green, really kind of giving it a nice color, and if it's too dark you can just dab your paper towel and it'll lift some of that color. Now I'm using the black just to go back over the kitty. I probably should have left it with the one coat. It wasn't quite dry and my paper did start to pill, but I was just fixing up where the Distress Oxide didn't meet the image perfectly. It was just how I laid the masks, didn't quite get it to the edge. Now I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to do some shading. You can see here that I didn't quite get my images on the same line, so they're kind of all over the place, but I feel like the shading helps with that to kind of make them look like I did it on purpose. I should have, in hindsight, drew a pencil mark where I wanted the bottom of the images to kind of bump up against, but that's okay. So I stamped the sentiment, which I absolutely love. Being your friend is a treat, perfect for kind of an adult Halloween card, and you can also use it throughout the entire year if you want to use it with images, you know, baking kind of images, cupcakes, those kinds of things. So really love that sentiment and how versatile this stamp set can be. Of course, you can always use the kitty throughout the year as well, too. So I'm just finishing up the card here. I'm going to grab my white gel pen and I'm going to fix where the spider lines went outside of the semicircle. I realized I forgot to add some brown shading to my pumpkin, so I'm fixing that up. I'm also going to go back over the cat again because I couldn't leave it alone, and here's where I make a mistake. The cat was still wet when I put the gel pen down, and so it smudged, so I just used my paintbrush really quickly to dab that up and heat set that so it would dry, and I'll go back over that after I'm done adding the little stars with my white gel pen. I'm also going to add some white gel pen detailing to the pumpkin and her dress and her hat, the spider and the underside of the moon, just to give a little bit of brightness to the image. I hope you enjoyed this card today. I hope you're enjoying the Halloween card series. I will be moving on to holiday cards soon. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye.